Hi guys, this is Noiser and Sundays are Battlefield 1 days as usual on my channel. Today I'm going to take a closer look at the Scout class by breaking down how I equip and play this class to improve my game in Battlefield 1. I don't know what it is about sniping, but I find it so much fun and every kill feels so much rewarding compared to kills with other weapons or classes, at least for me. Perhaps it's because of that one shot, one kill capability, or the fact that it requires more skill to be a team-oriented player as a scout or sniper, which I really want to be. As I've said many times before, I'm not a skilled player, and although I wish I was, I never will be when it comes to accuracy, speed, or reaction at least. And when playing as a scout, I really need all the help I can get to perform well, and this is what I've found out so far that works good for me. A lot have changed since Battlefield 4 when it comes to sniping. In my opinion, a lot of great changes, although some of them might feel a bit weird, disturbing, and wrong actually. What's so good about these changes is that I feel that sniping at medium range is a bit more rewarding, which I think makes it easier to use a bolt action and play the objective at the same time. I know many of you might disagree with me, and perhaps I wasn't skilled enough to make it work as good in BF4, but that's just how it is then. I sincerely feel sniping is so much more fun now, so does this mean snipers have stopped camping hundreds of meters away from the objective, staring down a sight all game long, not contributing at all? No, sadly not, but I don't really care about that, as long as it isn't game-breaking. What I think is so cool is the way you can make a tactical choice of weapon depending on map and playstyle. A choice that really do make a big difference due to the big changes in damage model since previous Battlefield games. The sweet spot mechanic. With a few exceptions, each bolt-action rifle has a sweet spot, a range at which it makes 100 damage and therefore will kill an enemy with full health with one body shot. The SMLE has its sweet spot between about 40 and 75 meters, and the Russian 1895 between 60 and just short of 100 meters, for example. This means that within each weapon's sweet spot range, you won't need a headshot to kill them, which can make a huge difference. Before and after the sweet spot range, the damage will drop down to the gun's minimum damage, which is 80 for most bolt-action rifles. In my opinion, the SMLE and Russian 1895, which have the two closest sweet spots, are often best if you're planning on playing the objective. There are some other interesting weapons as well. Of course, the Martini Henry is worth mentioning. It has the widest sweet spot in the game, from 30 to about 80 meters and a starting damage of 90. But it has to be reloaded after each shot and only has iron sights, and as I haven't reached Scout rank 10 yet to unlock it, I won't go further into analyzing that. The Gewehr 95 with its sort of classic damage model without a sweet spot and a high rate of fire is also interesting, as it is different. And this one, the Russian 1895 trench version, is a very odd one that I tried mostly for fun. It has its highest damage of 79 below 40 meters and then drops off down to 40. It makes up for it with a fire rate of 124 rounds per minute, which is more than double the speed of most other bolt-action rifles. It also has great hip fire to be able to use at close range in clutch situations. What I just can't understand though is why this weapon isn't a one-shot bodyshot kill at close range. Why does the damage stop at 79? As you're really outdamaged by most other guns at medium range anyway, I just can't understand it. What's so fun about it though is that it makes you go up close. It forces you to run down trenches and sneak around from cover to cover on the objective, as that's the range where you will perform best. This actually brings me to one of the downsides with the sweet spot mechanic, that you can't one-shot bodyshot at close range with any bolt-action rifle. In my opinion, that would reward the scout even more for moving around, instead of just staying at one spot that seems to be working and waiting for the enemy to step into your sights. Because I must say that most scouts I encounter don't seem to move about much, and I think that's what really can make you an asset to your team. I'm not much better either. When I've found a spot from where I can get consecutive one-shot kills, it's quite tempting just to stay there and wait instead of repositioning and risk meeting someone head-on at close range. On the other hand, we're talking snipers here, and this is what snipers do. My best rounds are always in these sort of situations where I've found some sort of corner or cover which keeps my back fairly safe as I'm not easily spotted, like here. I can move in and out of cover to take down enemies that are focusing on my teammates instead of on me, and also have at least one flank that I can protect myself. Here with the SMLE, which often is the best choice for urban maps that has enough cover to get close to the objective without being too much in the open. You can also choose your zoom, no matter if you're using iron sights, medium range optics, or the marksman or sniper optics with higher magnification. The great thing with lower magnification is that you have no scope glint. As I've understood it, and unless something beyond my knowledge have been changed, all sights up to and including 4 times magnification produce no scope glint. In other words, the infantry, carbine and marksman versions. The sniper version, with magnification from 5 times and up, do produce scope glint, as long as the weather is sunny and not foggy or rainy, of course. And this is really something to take into consideration when picking your rifle version, as no scope glint can be a heaven sent for a sniper. And to be clear, you don't have to use iron sights, but when it comes to iron sights, I just must say that kills you get with those feels like 5 kills with the scope. I personally don't play much with iron sights, as I perform much better with sights, but I really like when I get the iron sights to work. Just to let you know, I use the maximum zoom for iron sights, flip-up sights and marksman sights, and 5 or 8 times zoom for the sniper variants. When it comes to gadgets, there are some interesting choices like decoy heads on sticks that will spot enemies shooting at them, and a sniper shield to give extra cover for a long-range sniper. But according to me, there are only 2 choices if you want to be effective and help your team as well. The flare gun that will spot enemies for you and your team, and the periscope, which you can use for spotting from behind cover. This is especially good if you want to stop the enemies pushing forward towards an objective or to support your team making a push. With the periscope, you can stay behind cover and safely spot enemies, get out of cover to engage, and get behind cover again to spot the next one. For the secondary, I prefer the Mars Automatic, as that has a minimum damage of 23 and allows for that one-shot follow-up shot if you miss the sweet spot with the bolt action. I think it's fairly easy to use, but as always, you can't go wrong with the 1911 or P8 or the MLE if you want higher fire rate and low recoil. So, to sum this up, when I play Scout, I prefer the SMLE Marksman or the Russian 1895 Sniper or Infantry. And that's really mostly because I feel the Gewehr 98 and 1903 has a sweet spot that is too long range. I always equip the flare gun for spotting and the periscope to be able to spot from behind cover. When it comes to secondary, I go with the Mars Automatic. Choosing the right bolt action for the right map can be quite important. I go with the SMLE for urban maps and the Russian 1895 for open maps where I want a bit more range in my sweet spot. So that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts around the Scout class? Do you agree with my playstyle, or do you have other, better ideas? Perhaps you have some preferred loadout of your own or some tips or tricks you would like to share. Do so by leaving a comment below. And please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, as that really means a lot to me. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my future content. I will be back several times next week with some interesting Rainbow Six Siege videos, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!